On this 15th of March, we celebrate a woman who transformed the pain of abandonment into one of the greatest works of charity in history. Louise de Marillac was born in 1591 in Paris, daughter of a noble family, but orphaned of her mother and cast aside by her relatives, she grew up between convents and solitude. God, however, had a plan far greater than any pain. Still young, Louise wished to consecrate herself as a religious, but her fragile health prevented it. She married, had a son, and for years lived divided between the duties of a wife and a deep restlessness burning in her heart. When her husband passed away, Louise plunged into a spiritual crisis that nearly consumed her. It was then that Providence placed in her path Saint Vincent de Paul, who guided her out of the darkness. Under his guidance, Louise discovered that her vocation lay not within convent walls, but in the streets and homes of the poorest. In 1633, Louise and Vincent de Paul founded the Daughters of Charity, the first female congregation dedicated to serving the poor outside convent walls. Young peasant women, trained by Louise with rigor and tenderness, began caring for the sick, gathering abandoned children and feeding families devastated by war. In an era when religious women lived cloistered, Louise sent her daughters into the world, declaring that their cloister would be the city streets, their chapel, the parish church, and their veil, holy modesty. Her legacy spans centuries and is now present in over 90 countries. Canonized in 1934, Saint Louise de Marillac is the patroness of all who dedicate themselves to social work. She teaches us that no wound is too great for God to transform into mission. If you feel called to serve those most in need, ask for the intercession of Saint Louise de Marillac. Pray with us. O Saint Louise de Marillac, Mother of the poor and the forgotten, teach us to see Christ in those who suffer and give us the courage to serve with love. Amen.